Hip bone? Oh yeah. Had our driver's meeting. We're getting ready to head out, and I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up the header bolts on this thing, because if you guys remember, this is the eBay JK and it has eBay headers on it, and the header bolts keep going loose. So might eventually need to get a hold of stage 8 and get some locking header bolts. Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today is something special. We are actually in Natarita, Colorado. We're getting ready to go do the West End 4x4 Jeep tour, which is going to take us all around a part of Colorado that most people never see.
On the back of our shirts because they sponsored it. So, like I say, the chamber is not taking a political...
All right, so we just had our driver's meeting. Getting ready to line up and head up towards Nucla, where we're going to start this trail system. So we're heading up the hill over to Nucla, and we got our poker cards. I've never done a poker run before, but basically you buy a card, your deck, and you get a card at each stop, and then whoever has the best hand wins, I think. I don't know, I'm not much of a gambler, I don't really gamble, so Shannon and I are trying to figure it out as we go, but we'll figure it out.
I don't know either.
I know I want lots of aces and lots of kings.
That sounds good. Are jacks good? I like jacks.
Jokers. We want jokers.
We want jokers.
Jokers, wow.
Jokers. We don't want jokers?
I don't know. Yeah, we do. All right, so air down a little bit, more or less just for the ride, because, you know, I mean, obviously air down for traction, but airing down lets that tire flex, and it's going to make for a nicer ride on the bumpy roads. Looks like we're getting ready to cross a narrow bridge. I wonder what gave that away. So right in front of us, they're pointing out this little crescent moon arch that's just been cut out from the wind. It looks like just a little crescent moon, and it's right there. So we're cruising on the dirt road here, eating a little dust, but I'm glad we brought this rig because we got the AC. It's 81 degrees right now. But we're going to see what cards we got, because we got two different deck hands here. Now, I'm not really sure what that means, but we got a 5 of diamonds, 6 of clubs, a 5 of spades, so maybe we can get more 5s. I know you want 2 pairs or 3 pairs. Jack, a spades, a 10 of spades. And then in this hand, so I don't know if these hands are different because they're different cards, we have a 6 of clubs and a 5 of clubs. So if we can tie them together, we got lots of 5s and 6s. A 2 of spades, a 10 of clubs, and a 4 of spades. So like I said, I don't know if the cards, if we can put the decks together, because if that's the case, like I said, we got 5s and 6s and 10s. We got full house action going on here with this thing. So yeah, I guess we'll find out. I'm assuming we're probably coming up close to another card stop soon. I don't know. I'm not really sure how this works.
I don't know what any of it means.
One thing I do know is that the proceeds to this poker run go to the Natarita Visitor Center. So it'll help them be able to direct people better, probably pay for some things that they have in there. And it was all a donation deal, so it was worth buying some cards and seeing what, maybe we'll win something. I don't know. I don't even know what you win. maybe you don't win anything. The only thing they were talking about earlier was a pink helmet, so maybe I win a pink helmet. So we're just cruising along, taking a really scenic, very scenic dirt road. Hey, there's a puppy. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy. That's a happy Rottweiler. It's like, people are here. They got to be here for me. Most of what we've been in so far has been really dry, really hot, and it's still over 80s, but this is really green and lush where we're at right now. I feel like we'll get back into the canyon land part of it pretty quick. Just kind of a little oasis spot. Probably why the little doggie's happy. So we are on the Paradox Trail, and if you're unfamiliar with Paradox, it's a little area next to a little town called Bedrock. Yeah, Bedrock, Colorado. It actually exists. I didn't see anybody pedaling their feet to get their vehicles going yet, but I'm sure that'll happen in the future once we get rid of combustion engines altogether. All right, I think we just made it to our first stop. We'll see what our cards are. I think it's a card stop. I don't know. Cactus flowers are in full bloom. Check these out. This is cool. Oh, don't pick that one. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know about
All right, Shanna's picking the cards now, so better be all jokers. You want me to pick those 5?
Pick those 5.
Those are Vegas cards there.
These are lucky 5s. These are lucky bees here.
Just gonna pick 2s here, 2 here, and this one. That's the joker
I'll
right
tell
there.
you what, this has got to be the winning hand. One of these has got to be the winning hand, right?
Don't feel totally confident in that, but all right.
Be positive. Come on. What are you doing?
So how does it work then? Do these hands go together? Can I pick the best out of these, or how
So
does it work?
this is the bad part. This is what you're going to hate. Okay.
Last
So
year
4-4. This is one hand.
Oh,
And you're building
gotcha.
off of that.
Oh, okay.
So when you have all 5 cards, you're going to lay those all out, match your numbers up, and see if you got the
Gotcha.
winner chicken dinner. So
Gotcha.
okay.
Now we're learning. Now we're learning.
It's a science, I'm sure. Sure.
I'm the guy with the serious poker face because I'll be like, I don't even know what I got.
Right.
Well, you know what?
All in.
There's some poker shirts, I'm sure, here. So you just lay all your
Yeah,
cards
that's
out
what
and
I
we'll
have to
go,
do. I don't
Colt,
have to
you
play
won
poker.
right here.
You did it.
All right, so we got our poker cards, and now we are headed up the hill here. They've told everybody else to get into 4-wheel drive. I'm gonna stay in 2 and then just kick it in 4 once we get to wherever we need to get. But I guess there's a ditch that might require 4x4, so we'll find out. I think at this point now we've actually turned off of dirt roads and now we're on 2-track dirt roads, which is honestly one of my favorite things about wheeling. I enjoy 2-track dirt roads probably as much, if not more, than like hardcore rock crawling, because usually a 2-track dirt road will take you to cabins, mines, and history. You'll get history with them, where the buggy stuff is just a challenge of your driving skills, but you don't really have the same kind of history a lot of times. So I'm really excited about being on the Paradox Trail out here near Paradox, Colorado. Probably the most popular trail out here is probably the Rimrocker Trail, if you've ever heard of that. So right now we're driving through an old forest fire that was burned in 2018, and it burned over 36,000 acres, and they believe it was started by lightning. But it's crazy how much forest you can see burned, but it's really nice to see all the greenery and the lushness coming up from the bottom around the trees that's growing up.
Some really cool facts here about it. Established in 1995 as a joint operation between the West End Trails Association, BLM, Telluride Foundation, Colorado Historical Society. The trail is 118 miles altogether, and it links in with, on either end with the Cocopelli Trail on that side and the Tabwash Trail on this side. So great spot. It goes all the way from 9,500 to 4,800 feet. So back in the 1880s, there were a bunch of less than reputable people out there. People who had challenges understanding what was somebody else's property versus what was their own property. Most of these guys you probably haven't even heard of. Many I've heard, all of you have heard of Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, all those guys, right? Yeah. Well, these were kind of Butch Cassidy's forerunners. They included people like Elsie Lay and Tom McCarty and Big Nose Bill and guys like that. And it also included, I have to say this, my own great-great-grandfather was part of that bunch. Yeah, Alfred Sidney Haddon was a very famous horse thief for his time, and as a matter of fact, this whole Paradox Trail here is kind of based on a couple of things that my own great-great-grandfather did. There were stations along the Outlaw Trail where guys could herd cattle one way and horses the other way, and it started up in Wyoming and ended up in Mexico, for crying out loud. This portion right here they called the Paradox Trail because it dropped through Paradox, and the reason it did that is because my great-great-grandfather had a homestead in Browns Park. He kind of had homesteads all over the place, and these homesteads were all linked up on the Outlaw Trail to where you could cache your cattle or your horses at one spot and then move on pretty soon. They would drive horses through one way and cattle going the other way, and it was a lucrative trade for everybody. And the Paradox Trail, what you're on right here, was part of that at the time. And I would have to say that the history of this place probably, for human history, probably began somewhere between 20 and 25,000 years ago. We know there were Clovis people in this country at least 13,000 years ago. The oldest site in the state of Colorado was over by Delta. It's on the Gunnison River. It's called Eagle Rock Shelter. Anybody been there? Great site, isn't it? With you. 800 AD, you had a series of droughts starting, and by 1250 AD, the people that we call Anasazi, heard of them? Anasazi? They had all abandoned this area. That's the conventional wisdom. Oh, and by the way, somewhere along the line, the ancestors of the Navajo people took to flight, and they flew over this whole country and landed down somewhere down in New Mexico and Arizona. Over the recent years, we've had the chance to kind of reevaluate this concept a little bit and look at it more closely. And this is the process of archaeology.
All right, new poker run.
I'm 4. There you go.
What's your numbers?
I did.
3, 4.
I did do
Just
that.
like 3.
So you're 11-3-2.
Do you have B's, Andy? Do you have any B's?
It's 4, 4-1, 4-2.
Just a little bit.
See, you've got this all figured out.
So we just finished lunch. We're headed back on the trail. We got our third poker cards. We also learned a little bit of history about the Paradox Trail. It actually ended up being a kind of a bad guy's trail that they put in to trade off horses and cattle and everything else to, you know, stay out of the limelight, and then they would work it and make money off of Telluride because hungry miners didn't care where they were getting their meat from, they just wanted food. So this was kind of set up for the bad guys originally, which is kind of a neat history to the area. Now we're kind of coming out of the desert and working our way up the mountain a little ways. Natarita and Nukla are known for really two things, and that's farming and ranching and mining. And those things are kind of getting put in jeopardy right now, and the reason they're putting these Jeep events together is to bring awareness to their area that trails are being pushed to get closed down, along with roads and accesses that they need for their jobs. So if you're interested in more information, I'll put a link in the description that you can check out and see what's going on around the Dolores area. got some moo-moos.
Moo-moos.
Cows. They look like they eat healthy. Usually when you have cows out in the desert area, they're a little thinner. Nice thing about being in the eBay JK is that the air conditioning works great. So even when it's been staying in the upper 80s, we still have the AC. So we can even roll down the window, roll back up. Pretty nice. I don't have many vehicles that got good AC.
That's true. He gets hot a lot.
Kind of cool. This trail just like keeps going over all these ridges. So we work our way up one and then we come down the other side, and we work our way up one and come down the other side, and it's kind of neat to see all the different ridges. Oh, there's a hornet in here.
Oh, where?
Got it. It's kind of neat to see this trail that is not taking the easiest path, but it's taking kind of the toughest path through here to work your way up and down over all these plateaus. And I think a lot of that had to do with, like they said, it was they were hiding out and they didn't want people to see them. So you get them down these valleys, so it's that were full of trees before it got in a fire, and you could hide all your cattle or all your horses that you just acquired, and then work your way into town to get them sold. Flex testing that Skyjacker suspension. So we just went over that ridge and we dropped down in, and we're now in a valley, and I think we're getting ready to go up that ridge. See that green rock right in there and over there? I believe that's limestone. There's a lot of sandstones and different things here, and some granites and quartz and all kinds of stuff. Obviously gold. The green rock, I believe, is limestone. So we've just been driving. Everybody's just enjoying the views. Look at the rocks here and the scenery. We're just sitting here thinking of jokes. One I know of is because we're kind of out here in the desert area. You have rattlesnakes out here. Did you guys know that Chuck Norris got bit by a rattlesnake? 3 days later, the rattlesnake died. True story. You guys got any Chuck Norris jokes? Let me know down there. Here's a fun true fact. Chuck Norris was born. The very next day, Hitler died and the Nazi regime surrendered. Coincidence? I think not. It's a little rocky.
Sometimes I think I need to be part mountain goat.
All right, we are going to take a little bathroom break. They just stopped everybody. They're going to let everybody go to the bathroom. And of course, standard rule of thumb, men to the left, ladies to the right, because ladies are always right. We're at our bathroom break, but I still haven't checked the cards that we got from the last card stop. But I kind of had it explained to me a little better. So like they marked these 4, so these are the same deck. And then this is one hand right here, this 4-1, and then the 4-2 is its own hand. Each one is its own thing, so that's my hand. I thought I had like pairs and stuff, and I got Queen 2-6. That's not gonna do anything, I don't think. Is there a Queen 2-6 hand? I don't know, let's see what this one is. 6-5-8, maybe I can get a 7 and a 9 and I might have a winner. Get a straight. But I'm gonna say that I got nothing. Yeah. Jack 2-4. And whoever's getting the jokers, man, they're just destroying us all because I got nothing. That's pretty much all my hands. So hopefully things will pick up in the next 2 card draws after we get going again. Right, so we're coming off the side of this mountain. Somebody broke a hub. I guess it's just sheared their hub right off. So they don't have a lockout right now, and they're at the bottom of the hill. So once we get down here, we'll see what we need to do, if we can even access them, because there's probably about 20 vehicles ahead of me. But if we can help them get their winch line ran or get them up out of the way, we'll do that.
We're almost on the main road right up here, so.
Got a log? I've hooked a log up under there and just strapped the axle and drug them off a log.
May have to do that.
Yeah, if we got a saw, we could cut that chunk out and ratchet strap it under the axle.
Do you want to signal for me when he's ready?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if this is going to work or not. We may need to.
Yeah. You're digging pretty hard. Yeah, we get something under the front end. We can jack the front end up and then get something under that axle and ratchet strap it up, or even use the winch line, wrap that axle. Here's your shims.
Yeah. Yeah, if we can get it up in the air, there's the bushing. What's left of that?
Yep.
Need a break too. Say something.
It's a lot of the tree. Cool. Yeah, the best thing I think would be the winch. You just pick it up, set this right under the leaf spring, and then wrap the winch cable around it, suck it back to itself. There we go. What I would do is come down real close to here, and we'll winch and it'll kind of pick the front end up, and then maybe just ease him out.
Yeah.
All right, he's coming in. Right there, that's good. Oh yeah, we're winning. This is a complete win. Okay, I'm gonna let him down. I'll disconnect it real quick so you can get squared out. Now you're good. All right. All right. Oh yeah. Can you turn? There you go. Cool. Looking good.
Too sharp.
See, that's pretty good, huh? All you need is a little bit of wood.
Let me step on the brake. We'll see how
Okay.
it goes.
Worst case scenario, I'd say we take channel locks, put them on your rubber line, and just pinch it off.
You can do that too.
Yes, that one's one that's really bad. It's this other top one above this. One more step.
How many?
We got 4.
4 of them. Oh man,
That ought to do it.
that's all. That's street worthy at that point.
I wouldn't bet money on that. We're high rubbing units now, man. We are.
Up a little more, man. You need about a full inch. There you go. Is it lefty tighty? It's yeah, the reverse.
The reverse. They
Mess with your soul.
they are, yeah.
Right here.
All right. Well, if any of you out here on the Paradox Trail, there's your log you need if you break your hub off, right there. All right, well that worked out. I mean, it's a bummer to break, but at least we were able to actually get it back together and we didn't have to drag him out on 3 wheels and a log. So he's gonna lead up. We got the brake line pinched off. We didn't see any fluid coming out when he was pumping them, so hopefully they'll be good and he'll make it down the mountain without any more issues. Tell you what, that's what jeeping's all about. You know, I was like, well, we'll stay and help, and the tail gunner and then everybody else just kind of hung out too. And a few people went ahead, but there was at least 10 Jeeps that hung out behind. We got him back together. He's on the road. So we thought we were done with the trail. You know, we're here next to the Dolores River, and then we found this hanging flume walkway down here that was just on the side of the road, put in by the Spanish explorers that were out here. So in 1776.
Are you feeling lucky?
No.
Do that one. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First off that.
All these cards, I still lost. That's why I don't gamble. I did get some Bushwhacker fender flares that fit a JK. So I'll tell you what, for a small town community, good trail. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the last bit of it because we were with the Broke Down Willies, but they had some cool stuff at the end. They went up to a confluence where the 2 rivers come together. Then we all had dinner, and then everybody won prizes, won something. I even scored some Bushwhacker fender flares. Now I got fender flares for the old eBay JK that I got for cheap. So super win on us. Real happy that everybody was so nice. Totally worth it if you guys come out here. If you want to see a new part of Colorado that you've probably never seen, this is something you should put on your calendars for next year. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.